Previously on Two Drink Minimum.
Needless to say, the belly-to-belly fucking sucks. You shouldn't win matches with that. You damn sure shouldn't win championships with that. The Rock Bottom special. Rock Bottom and People's Elbow, aces. Just a little, oh, let me pick you up and put you down, and then do the elbow. The spear is not a finishing move. I don't give a fuck how many people use it as a finishing move. It's not a finishing move. It's one Brazzers logo in the corner away from finish that fucking sentence. Number 5 on the list is, I believe he called it the weapon of mass destruction. I call it the Big Show's punch. I fucking hate. Oh, you don't know how much I hate the Big Show's punch as a finish. Here's why I really hate it. Because I remember all those years where the Big Show, or the Giant, or Paul White, or whatever you want to call them, punched people in the face multiple times a match. And I guarantee you, honestly, I don't know how to think about it. I haven't really played as or against the Big Show on any of the recent WWE games. But I guarantee you if I did, he's still punching people. And it's not his finish. I guarantee you if you throw a strike, it's still a fucking punch. So why is the punch now more effective than it was before? Because he fought Mayweather that one time? X amount of years ago? Fuck you. Come on. How hard is it? Come on. Big Show had the hog log, which was another shitty move, but not nearly as shitty as the punch. He had the final cut, which was a better move. Look those two up. And he had the showstopper, which was the choke slam up and down. You know why that's effective and why it looks impressive? Because he's 7 foot fucking tall. So I grab you by the throat. Here's the psychology. I grab you by the throat, your air is starting to restrict, right? That big ass mitt around your throat, it's really restricting. Pick you up. You're now about half the length of 7 feet. Your head is now 10 feet up in the air, and it's down on the mat. And the Big Show is fairly safe with that motherfucker. He'll pick you up, maybe do this, and then bring it back down, and bring you back down safely to the mat. Fuck a punch to the face, and much like the worm, chop to the throat, fucking illegal. Shouldn't count that, ref. Alright, number 4 is a bit more personal to me. Kyle, come close to actually don't come close to you might want to turn it down if you haven't turned it down already. Chris Hero's elbow. I'm going to tell you a little story. Kyle and I went to a PWG show. At this point, I had been a fan of Chris Hero's. Particularly after seeing his 90-plus minute Broadway with CM Punk in IWA Mid-South. Go find that if you can. It's a great match. So Chris Hero and PWG, really looking forward to it. Kyle and I were having a great time that entire show. And I think we were driving guys. So Chris Hero has a match where the entire match is just elbow, 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 not flying, elbow, elbow, elbow. I don't remember how long it was. Felt like 45 minutes. It was probably more like 20. Of just him elbowing people. Of this guy. Just one guy. Elbow, 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 elbow. And he finishes with it. Now, before you jump in and start clickety-clacking on your clickety-clack machines and say, well, Brock Lesnar, you finish your videos off with Suplex City, bitch. Brock Lesnar just suplexes people. Brock Lesnar, A, uses multiple types of suplexes, and 2, doesn't finish with a suplex, and 3, his look fucking impressive. Chris Hero's elbows looked like shit. And then he finished with another elbow. Brock Lesnar will end with an F5 or a Kimura lock or just by busting Randy Orton like a fucking cantaloupe that dropped to the ground. Either way, it's not just suplexes. And it's not just one suplex. Chris Hero, elbow, 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 elbow. It was the most boring shit I had ever seen in a fucking wrestling ring up to that point, because SmackDown was still semi-watchable, I think, at that point. Holy shit. That was terrible. And because it's my list, and I can do this, and I can be a personal dick like this, I'm gonna say that it's this high up on my list because Chris Hero was, every fucking time I saw him, a goddamn dick to me. Every fucking time. So, and to the point where he made Kyle and I pay for some shitty fucking dessert that he bought and ate all by himself when we were fucking dead broke. So yes, fuck you, Chris Hero, and fuck your fucking elbows. Fuck those. They look like shit, and that's all the fucking match consisted of. So really, fuck that. Fuck Chris Hero's elbows. For fuck's sake. Take a sip every time. Did I say take a sip every time I said fuck? Take a sip every time I said fuck. Oh, that felt cathartic. That felt good. I'm glad I got that off my conscience. The number 3 worst finisher I've ever seen in my life. The Rock's ankle shooter. I hate The Rock's version of a sharpshooter. The fucking ankle shooter where he barely has a hold of the guy's fucking shoelaces. And guys have tapped out. Guys have tapped out to that shit. Rock's not sitting down, like one leg's all the fucking way out to here. I get the joke that it started from in 98 when he did it to Mankind. Great. It was a playoff of the 97 Survivor Series. Fine. It was supposed to look like shit then. Great. But then years later, he's in big match competitions with like The Undertaker and Triple H and Kurt Fuck You Angle and Chris Benoit even, and he puts this shit on. Oh shit, for fuck's sake, come on. The Rock's ankle shooter is his equivalent of the SCFU. Cause it's poorly fucking done. What was it used for? To shut up people who said you weren't technical enough? Except you weren't technical enough. And here's why I'm really pissed off, because motherfuckers like you cheered that shit when he threw it on. You guys are just as responsible as the fucking Rock was for that shitty version of that shitty fucking move. Or that shitty version of that great move. Excuse me, Brett and Owen and Chris, but that shitty version of that great fucking move. Oh, fuck you. And Natty, fuck you, Rock. Fuck you. That's why every video game I've ever had where The Rock and Bret Hart are in it, I've made sure to have a match where Bret Hart makes your ass tap out to the real fucking sharpshooter, because fuck you, Rocky. Alright! You feeling good? You feeling? Yes, let the venom flow through you. Yes, yes, yes. The number 2. Worst finishing move of all time. I'll tell you this. Here's not spoiler, but I'll give you a little hint. The last 2 on the list are both from former WCW guys. Are both from, what do they call themselves? The Dirty Animals? Is that what they call themselves? I think so. Whatever that clip was. Number 2, Billy Kidman's Shooting Star Press. WWF-E at the time kept putting it over as the prettiest shooting star press on the planet. Except he barely cleared the fucking rope. He never got any distance with it. He fucking broke Chavo Guerrero's arm with that shit. Billy Kidman's shooting star press was pretty up until he flipped and came back down to earth. That was the shittiest shooting star press on the fucking planet. And I love me a shooting star press. I love a shooting star press is one of the prettiest moves in professional wrestling. It's done right, it's magic. Billy Kidman didn't do that shit. Billy Kidman's version is like the magic kit you get from the book fair in 95 when you're 7 and don't know what to do with anything and don't know how to put anything together, and they give you like this cheap little paper wand or what the fuck ever. Fuck Billy Kidman shooting star press. Up the ass with the rusty knife. Jesus fucking Christ. Billy Kidman, as much as by the way, I like some Billy Kidman matches, but Billy Kidman got way more out of professional wrestling than he ever deserved. Billy Kidman got was employed by WWE longer than he should have. Billy Kidman got more titles than he probably should have. Billy Kidman got a much cooler theme song than he deserved in WWE. Yeah, that was too cool a theme song for Billy fucking Kidman. And he got Tori Wilson for like 5 fucking years. Billy Kidman, listen, I've liked most of your work, other than that fucking Shooting Star Press. But let me tell you something, boy. Thank you, Lucky Stars, and go sit down somewhere. you got far more out of wrestling than you ever fucking deserved. And especially looking at that shitty fucking Shooting Star Press. Alright, honorable mentions. Least favorite finishing moves of all time. The Walls of Jericho, which is different than the Lion Tamer. And you know damn well it is, because the Walls of Jericho is where Jericho sits halfway down, like Rock said, halfway down. It doesn't look like it hurts at all. He just kind of grabs you by the ankle. He's kind of bent all the way over, right? Your legs are basically fucking straight. Fuck you. Why? Because the Lion Tamer was too dangerous? Because guys couldn't fucking basically just kind of do a headstand? And their legs are being held? Like, serious? Like, they're basically standing straight. Just their neck was kind of back. Like, you couldn't do this? Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Come on. No, the Walls of Jericho was shit. The Cobra! I don't need to say anything else, do I? Didn't think so. The Samoan Spike! I don't need to say anything else, do I? Nah, I don't. Actually, yes I do. First off, it was... First off, you're gonna break your fucking thumb. Secondly, I don't give a fuck if it's wrapped up, you're gonna break your fucking thumb. Third, it's fucking wrapped up, that shit should be illegal. It's stupid as shit. And it's to the throat. Stupid as shit. Just stop. He's a huge Samoan dude. You couldn't just let him have the splash? Or the headbutt off the top before Benoit did Benoit shit? Alright. Big E's, whatever the fuck that shit is, off the shoulder. What is that? I'm gonna put you on my shoulder, and I'm gonna fall back so that you break my shoulder with your weight? The fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. What's supposed to hit first? Their face? Their body? Your arm's breaking their fall. I don't get it. The Brain Chop from Great Khali. Because listen, Great Khali was such a waste of space. But I hear he was a great guy, and the WWE just wanted to fix him so he had enough money to, I guess, live out whatever other days they had. Okay, fine, I guess, but... What? What? Again, after however many people have done chops before, so Tatanka's off the top rope chop, nothing. But Great Khali's super slow, because everything on his body is arthritic chop, to... Moving on. Brian Saxton's finisher! Fuck is that? What are you doing? You wrapping my arm, and then what? I'm supposed to fall? I'm supposed to fall. Okay, I guess I'll fall. Fuck is that? And IRS's write-off. Bet you didn't know IRS had a finisher. Bet you didn't know it was called the write-off. Bet you didn't know it was a running, flying clothesline. You know how I knew that? Because it showed up in like the instruction manual of, I think, Royal Rumble for Sega Genesis, and I read it in somebody else's copy because I didn't even have it. That's how I knew. Now, he used it, but when he used it, he never fucking finished matches with it. It just happened mid-match. Come on, Rotunda, you're better than that. You could come up, come on. Come on. Or Mike fucking Rotunda, you could have come up with something way better than that. And it probably would have been better for your career. Enough with the honorable mentions, let's get to the heart of the matter. Did you figure out who the other finisher was that I hated? I told you it was Dirty Animals or whatever it was. My least favorite finisher of all time, the one that gives me even more vitriol and vim and vinegar and piss and vinegar and all other shit than the other 9. Rey Mysterio's top rope, not even splash, just kind of fall over. Rey Mysterio was 5 foot, built at what, 5'4"? Rey Mysterio was billed at 175 pounds at the time. I think he was 185 when he debuted, and they dropped him 10 pounds when that debuted. Rey Mysterio was doing his moves on guys literally twice his size. And winning with it? Fuck you! Just fuck all of you with the... Yeah, I know my hair's fucked up, that's why I wear the hat, but fuck you with that! For God's sake! Listen, Rey Mysterio had the West Coast pop, he had the 6'1" fucking 9, even if, and the drop in the dime, okay, fine. Maybe Rey Mysterio had a whole shitload of injuries, right? So some of his finishers had to go or change or whatever. He still had enough energy to springboard up to the fucking top rope. Okay, I think, what was it, like his knee or something? I think it was something like his knee. So he couldn't necessarily do the West, but he was still doing those moves. So I don't fucking understand where this top rope, not even springboard and I'm gonna jump higher and splash on top of you. No, springboard and then just kind of fall over and land on top of you like a feather. Seriously? He couldn't do a fucking 619 as his finisher? I'd have taken it. You know why? High speed, velocity, bam, kick right to the face. Dive right in, 1, 2, 3. I just got kicked in the face, my nose may be bloody or whatever the fuck. Not to mention he actually killed a guy with it. R.I.P. But still, he couldn't. Oh, that was later. But the fucking top rope barely splash shit. Get the entire... I get that he couldn't necessarily do the West Coast pop to everybody. Great. Fine. First off, I love Rey Mysterio, but that's it. Because I love Rey Mysterio, that's such a shitty fucking way to finish matches. In an era where everything on SmackDown was fucking boring except for you, Rey. You didn't have to be fucking boring like that. And he didn't even get height, he didn't even get distance from it. Like the guys would be literally right there. Like he's just springboarding, just kind of falling. Fuck it, he's 175 pounds. How does that hurt to the point where I can't get up for 3 fucking seconds? Tell me how that hurts to the point where how the fuck did all the fucking people in WWE sign off on this shit? How did Rey Mysterio sign off on this shit? How did Dolph Ziggler and Y2J? And I think he fucking pinged the Big Show with this shit. Fuck you! Oh. The worst finisher I have ever seen in my goddamn life. From one of the most talented guys I've ever seen in my life, which is the other part of why it's on the top of my list. Because none of the other ones made me mad, but Rey, that one just made me disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Party people. Before my disappointment causes me a fucking heart attack in this motherfucker, tell me what you thought the worst finisher of all time is. Tell me what you think of my list. Do you agree with my list? Of course you do, because it's fucking perfect. Do you disagree with my list? Of course you don't, because you're not fucking retarded. Tell me what you think of my list, though, down there in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe, hit those links on the way out. Amazon, eBay, Groupon's, normal shit that you normally go through, just go through those links in the description. Help out the party. Get yourself some swag from 2 Drink Minimum Swag Store on the way out. Helps keep the lights on at the party and party people that, unlike all, 15, 16, including the honorable mentions, unlike every fucking thing I mentioned here tonight, ain't bad. Boom. Boom.
Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch.